Welcome to the midway point of Kovid Kombat. With 2 workouts in the books and 2 to go, I hope you're having as much fun as I am. Now, let's not waste any more time. Let's dive right into workout number 3, titled The Skill Shot. This is a 12-minute AMRAP consisting of 5 toes to bar and 20 double unders. It all kicks off with a buy-in of 20 front squats. The prescribed weight for the front squats is 185 pounds for the men and 115 pounds for the ladies. The scaled athletes will be using 95 pounds and 65 pounds for the men and women. You are allowed to take your front squats from the rack. You're welcome. But you may not touch your bar until the call of 3, 2, 1, go. At which point, you may pick up your bar from the rack, begin your 20 front squats. It's only after you've completed all of your front squats that you may move on to your toes to bar and double unders. Just as with your wall balls in workout number 1, for your front squats to be counted, you must squat at or below parallel and stand all the way up, fully extending your knees and hips at the top of each rep. Once your front squats have been completed, you may drop your barbell and roll it out of the way so that you have room to do your toes to bar and double unders. At this point, you are to complete as many rounds as possible in the remaining time of 5 toes to bar and 20 double unders for the RX athletes. The scaled athletes will be completing as many rounds as possible of 10 hanging knees to chest and 40 single unders. For toes to bar, reps will be counted when the athlete establishes a full controlled hang position with feet beginning behind the pull-up bar and with feet contacting the pull-up bar at the same time. Reps will not be counted if you fail to establish your hang position before you begin your reps, either because you pushed off of a box or the floor, or ran and jumped into your first toes to bar rep. If you fail to extend your hips all the way at the bottom of the movement, which is what brings your feet behind the bar, or if your feet contact the bar at different times, or if you fail to contact the bar at all. For scaled athletes, you must adhere to all the same rules as I previously mentioned. However, for your hanging knees to chest reps to count, you must get your knees up above your hips. Things get pretty simple here as we talk about the jump rope. Obviously, for RX athletes, for your double unders to count, the rope must pass underneath your feet twice in the span of 1 jump. For RX and scaled competitors, your rope must clearly get underneath your feet each time, meaning that if you land on top of your jump rope, that will not count.
You serious?
Let's talk about a few tips for this workout. First thing I cannot stress enough is to warm up for those front squats. For a lot of you, this is going to be a heavy weight, and 20 reps is nothing to scoff at. So take your time, mobilizing your hips, warming up to the weight that you have to do at 185 and 115 pounds. Have your judge watch your squats as you're warming up, making sure that you're hitting the depth that you're required to make. When it comes to actually doing the workout, you need to be efficient with the time it takes you to accomplish your 20 front squats. Obviously, the quicker you get those done, the more time you have to complete rounds of toes to bar and double unders, which will accumulate to your score. Your tie-break time will be the time on the clock when you finish your last front squat. The other bit of advice I can give you is to minimize your transition time when it comes to your toes to bar and jump rope. Okay? There's only 2 things going on. Make sure your jump rope is set up right next to your toes to bar and that you've got enough room. Every time you finish a set of double unders, place your rope on the floor. Make sure that it's ready to be picked up and used for the next round. Okay? Don't drop it. Don't throw it on the floor. It's just going to get tangled up and you're going to start to waste more and more time. To prove this to you, let me show you in real time the difference between being organized and placing your rope on the floor, ready to use it for the next round, versus being in a rush, throwing your jump rope to the ground, and letting it get all tangled up.
We're waiting.
Once you finish your front squats, move your bar out of the way, make sure you've got enough space, and then go hard cycling through these toes to bar and double unders. You won't have a lot of time to waste. Those front squats are going to eat up 2 to 3 minutes, depending on how heavy that is for you. So you want to make up as much time as possible when it comes to those reps that actually count. And don't let those front squats hold you up too much. If you got to break them up into sets of 5, quick, short little spurts, short breaks in between, just get them done, move on. And then quickly cycle those toes to bar and double unders. This last little bit here is for the judges. Just a couple tips to help you out when judging the athletes for this workout. Number 1, make sure you're in the right position to see all the requirements that we've talked about in this video. Move around your athletes, make sure you're in the best position to make sure everything counts and you're watching what you're supposed to be watching. Next, when it comes to jump rope, that can get a little confusing. It's something much faster than all the other movements that we're going to do. So make sure you're also listening to their jump rope. Let's do a quick practice. Watch this clip of double unders and see how many you can count. If your answer was 17, you're right. Great job. If you got something else, maybe you should watch it again. Well, that just about wraps it up for week number 3 of Kovid Kombat. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video enjoyable and helpful. Don't forget your belt this week, and I look forward to seeing you on the leaderboard. Bye.